Alright, today we're going to go over page 107 and 109. 1, 2 to 62 even. The shortcuts you're going to need to know is we're going to talk about the sum and differences property. So if you have the same exact thing inside a set of parentheses, but the only difference is the signs, you could just say that's a squared minus b squared. If you have a set of parentheses squared, there is a shortcut where you could just say a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. If I make that a minus sign, it becomes a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. The other one would be a cube. That's a plus b cubed. And that's going to be using Pascal's triangle. So it would be a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. You could also have a minus in the middle, which would do the same exact thing, except it's going to alternate signs. So 3a squared b, but it's minus 3ab squared b plus 3ab squared, but now it's minus b cubed. Alright, so that's all going to be for like part 2 if you don't want to take the long way. Pretty much everything else is going to use the distributive property. Alright, number 1 says when you add or subtract polynomials, you add or subtract the coefficients of like terms. Alright. Number 2 says, so remember, like terms have to have the same variable and the same exponent. Explain how a polynomial subtraction problem is equivalent to a polynomial addition problem. Well, in a subtraction problem, you must combine like terms after distributing the negative sign. So because you're going to combine like terms, that's how they're similar. Remember, you must distribute the negative sign first. Alright, number 4, I have to distribute the negative sign. So it's going to become 4x squared minus 8x minus 9. X squareds are going to go together to give me 5x squared. I cross them off to make sure I'm done. Minus 3x minus 8x is minus 11x. Cross them off so I'm done. Plus 5 minus 9 is minus 4. Here's my answer. Alright, so in number 6, since there's a plus sign in the middle, you don't even have to worry about these parentheses. They're basically gone. I do z squared plus 5z squared is 6z squared. Cross off the z squareds. 5z minus 11z is minus 6z. Cross off the z's. Minus 7 minus 6 is minus 13. And that's it. Alright, number 8, remember we'll distribute that negative sign to everything. So it's going to become minus a cubed minus 4a squared plus 12a minus 4. Now I'm going to look for the biggest exponent first. I see minus a cubed. There's no other minus a cubed, so I cross it off. Then I have a squared, so I have 2a squared minus 4a squared is minus 2a squared. Cross them off. I have a's. It's plus 12a. Cross that off. Minus 8 minus 4 is minus 12. So you should end up with negative a cubed minus 2a squared plus 12a minus 12. Alright, number 10, very similar. I'm going to distribute the negative sign. So now I'm going to have 7t squared plus 5t minus 8. Now I'm going to combine like terms. 4t cubed, nothing goes to 4t cubed. Cross it off. I have t squared, so I have minus 11t squared plus 7t squared is minus 4t squared. Cross those off. I have 4t, 5t, that's plus 9t. Then I have minus 8. So I have minus 8. So I end up with 4t cubed minus 4t squared plus 9t minus 8. That's it for number 10. Alright, number 12, I'm going to go through. Minus 6y to the fourth plus 5 over 5y to the fourth is minus y to the fourth. Cross it off. Now I'm going to do cubes, so I'm going to do my minus 6y cubed. Now remember, unless I say put it in standard form, order is not entirely important. I just like to have mine in standard form all the time. That's why I'm always doing the base exponent first. Plus 3y squared, cross it off. Now I have my y's. I have minus 6y and 4y. That's minus 2y. Cross them off. And I'm going to add plus 5. So I think the best answer is going to be negative y to the fourth minus 6y cubed plus 3y squared minus 2y plus 5. Now 14. 14 says we have 8v to the fourth minus 2v squared plus v minus 4 minus the quantity 3v cubed minus 12v squared plus 8v. Remember, the minus sign in front of the parentheses says I have to change all three of those, so it's minus 3v cubed plus 12v squared plus 8v. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. So I'm going to have 8v to the fourth minus 2, I'm going to look for the fourth. There is only 8v to the fourth, so put 8v to the fourth. I cross it off. I look for cubes. I only have minus 3v cubed. Cross that off. I have v squareds, so I end up with plus 10v squared. Cross that off. Plus v and 8v, so that's plus 9v minus 4. So that's my final answer. 8v to the fourth minus 3v cubed plus 10v squared plus 9v minus 4. Alright, number 16, x is a pizza delivery guy, so x is going to drop off pizza at everybody's house. So he's going to go over to 2x squared and minus 5x and plus 7, so he's going to end up with 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 7x, and that's your final answer. 18, we have y minus 7 and y plus 6. You can either do FOIL or think y is a pizza delivery guy, so y goes to y and 6, that gives you y squared plus 6y. Then negative 7 goes to y and 6, so I get minus 7y minus 42. So I end up with y squared minus y minus 42. Alright, number 20. This time I have two pizza delivery guys. So W is a pizza delivery guy. He's going to go to all three. So I'm going to get W cubed plus 6W squared minus 11W. Now don't forget that minus 4 is also a pizza delivery guy. So 4 is going to go to all three of these. Or plus 4. So I get 4W squared. Notice I line it up with the other W squared. Then we get plus 24W. And then minus 44. Now I combine my like terms. I end up with W cubed plus 10W squared plus 13W minus 44. Notice, if I have two terms I'm going to have two lines. So however many, the number of terms in my first set of parentheses are going to tell me how many lines I'm going to have. And two terms of three things is going to give me 6 different things that I have to combine. So I have 2 lines of 3. Alright, 22. I have 5c squared minus 4 times the quantity 2c squared plus c minus 3. So once again, 5c squared is going to be a pizza delivery guy. So I'm going to get one line of 3 things from 5c squared. So I'm going to get 10c to the fourth plus 5c cubed minus 15c squared. Now, negative 4 is pizza delivery guy. He's going to go to all three of them. So negative 4 times 2 is minus 8c squared. Notice I line up with the c squareds. Minus 4c plus 12. So my final answer is going to become 10c to the fourth plus 5c cubed minus 23c squared minus 4c plus 12. Alright, so in 24 I have negative d squared plus 4d plus 3, all times the quantity 3d squared minus 7d plus 6. I have 1, 2, 3 pizza delivery guys. So my first line is going to be negative d squared going to all three of the things in the second term. So negative d squared times 3d squared is negative 3d to the fourth. Then negative d squared goes to minus 7d, so I have plus 7d cubed. Negative dc squared goes to 6. That's minus 6d squared. Now 4d is going to be pizza delivery guy. He's going to go to everything. So I get 4d times 3d is 12d cubed. Notice I lined up with the d cubes. 4d times minus 7d is minus 28d squared. 4d times 6 is plus 24d. Now, I'm going to do the same exact thing. This time 3 is going to be pizza delivery guy. So 3 is going to go to 3d squared to give me 9d squared. 3 is going to go to minus 7d to give me minus 21d. And 3 is going to go to 6 to give me plus 18. Now I get to combine all my like terms. I get minus with minus 3d to the fourth plus 19d cubed minus 25d squared plus 3d plus 18. And that's my final answer. Alright, so everything I wrote in 26 is from number 26 on page 107. So what happened is the book made a mistake, so we have to find their mistake. And what you should have done is they should have realized that the negative sign goes to all three. They forgot to distribute the negative sign to everything. So that should be a minus 7x and a plus 2. Now if we do that, this changes their answer. So their answer is actually going to become minus x cubed is correct. That's correct. But now it's x squared minus x squared. X cubed, x squared, so it's plus x squared. Now we have minus 3x and minus 7x, not plus 7x, that's why it's minus 10x. Then we have plus 4 plus 2, which is plus 6. So that's the best way to fix 26. Alright, in 28 they give you 3 sets of parentheses. You must pick 2 sets of parentheses at a time. It's the only way you can do this. So I'm going to pick the first 2 sets of parentheses, and I'm going to just distribute. So I'm going to get x squared minus 6x plus 4x minus 24. I'm going to combine the middle terms. I'm going to get x squared minus 2x minus 24. Now I'm going to take down this x minus 5. I'm going to put it right there. And x is going to distribute to everything. So I'm going to get x cubed minus 2x squared plus 24x. Now negative 5 is going to go to everything. So I'm going to get minus 5 x squared. Notice I line up with the x squareds. Plus 10x plus 120. I go on like terms. I get x cubed minus 7x squared plus 34x plus 120. So once again, I must pick 2 at a time. It has to happen. So I'm going to start with the first 2. I'm going to FOIL them. I'm going to get minus z squared. Notice the z has a bar in it. You can't tell the difference between my z's and my 2's. Then I'm going to get plus 2z. Now I'm going to have plus 4z. Then minus 8. So I'm going to get minus z squared plus 6z minus 8. And now this z plus 8 is going to drop all the way down to right here. Now z is going to go to everything. I'm going to get negative z cubed plus 6z squared minus 8z. Now 8 is going to go to everything. I'm going to get minus 8z squared plus 48z minus 64. I combine my like terms. I end up with minus z cubed minus 2z plus 40z minus 64. Alright, 32, exact same concept. I must pick 2 to start. So I'm going to pick the first 2. I'm going to end up with 3p squared plus 9p plus 1p plus 3. I end up with 3p squared plus 10p plus 3. Now p plus 1 is going to come out in front. Now you can put it behind. I just like to put it in front because I like to have the smaller guy in front because I just have less lines that way. So p goes to everything. I end up with 3p cubed plus 10p squared plus 3p. Now 1 goes to everything. So I end up with 3p squared plus 10p plus 3. So my final answer is going to be 3p cubed plus 13p squared plus 13p plus 3, and I'm done. And that's it for 32. All right, once again, I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to pick 2 to start. So I'm going to have 2s goes to 3s. That's 6s squared. 2s goes to minus 2. That's minus 4s plus 3s minus 2. I'm going to combine my like terms. So I'm going to have 6s squared minus s minus 2 in one set of parentheses. 4s minus 3 is going to come down and go in front. Now 4s is going to go to everything. So I'm going to get 24s cubed minus 4s squared plus 8s. Now negative 3 is going to go to everything. So I'm going to get minus 18s squared plus 3s plus 6. So I end up with 24s cubed minus 22s squared plus 11s plus 6, and we're done. And that's it. And I have a mistake somewhere. Hold on, that should be minus 8s here, which makes this minus 5s. And that's it for 34. 36, exact same way. I'm going to pick the first 2 to start. I'm going to FOIL. I'm going to get minus 8x squared minus 28x plus 2x plus 7. So that first 2 sets of parentheses turns into minus 8x squared minus 26x plus 7. I'm going to put minus 5x minus 4. So minus 5x goes to everything. I end up with 40x cubed plus 130x squared minus 35x. Now negative 4 is going to go to everything. So I'm with 32x squared. And then plus 104. And then minus 28. So I end up with 40x cubed plus 162x squared plus 69x minus 28. And that's it for 36. Alright, in 38, I'm going to use a lot of special product property, special product pattern. So I'll be using things like this, 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 and this. If you don't want to do that, you can multiply everything out. I'm just not going to do that. So I have x plus 5. I have x minus 5. Alright, that means A is x, B is 5. So I'm going to write x squared minus 5 squared, which is x squared minus 25. That's it for 38. 40, you have y plus 4 cubed. Remember, I'm going to be using a plus b cubed, which tells me I have a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. So that's your a and that's your b. So I'm going to rewrite this as y cubed plus 3. Instead of a squared, I'm going to put y squared. instead of b, I'm going to put 4. Plus 3, instead of a, I'm going to put y. Instead of b, I'm going to put 4 squared. And then plus 4 cubed. I end up with y cubed plus 3 times 4 is 12, so that's why it's 12y squared. 4 squared is 16 times 3 is 48, that's why it's 48y plus 64. You also could multiply it out the long way. You do not have to do the shortcut. Alright, so a is 3t, b is 4. Remember, if I have a minus b cubed, I can say a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed. So I'm going to rewrite it. 3t to the third power minus 3t squared times 4 plus 3. Instead of a, I put 3t and then 4 squared minus 4 cubed. And now I start simplifying. I have to cube both, so I get 27t cubed. 3 squared is 9 times 4 is 36 times negative 3, so it's minus 108 t squared. 4 squared is 16 times 3 is 48 times 3 again is plus 144 t squared minus 64. Alright, once again I have 7x minus y cubed, so a is 7x, b is y, so I'm going to use a cubed minus b, 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed, because it's to the third power, so I'm going to have 7x cubed minus 3, and then 7x squared times y plus 3, 7x y squared minus y cubed. So 7 to the third power is 343, that's why I have 343x cubed. 7 squared is 49, so I did 7 squared at 49 times 3, so it's minus 147. I have x squared and y, because remember you have to square the x and the 7 there. Then I have 3 times 7 is 21, so I have plus 21x y squared. Remember, these are not like terms. The x squared and y and the xy squared, they're different. Minus y cubed. Alright, so I'm going to have a plus b cubed, where a is 3z and b is 7y. So I'm going to rewrite it as a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. So now I'm going to rewrite it as 3z cubed plus 3z squared 7y plus 3z 7y squared plus 7y cubed. So I end up with 3z cubed plus 3 times 7, so I have 9 times 7, that's 63 z squared y. 3 times 3 is 9 times 7 is 63 z y squared plus 7y cubed. And that's it for 46. Alright, so number 48, volume is equal to length times width times height, so I have to multiply this times this times this. So I'm going to have 3 I'm going to have 3x plus 1 times x plus 3 times x. I'm probably going to do x and x plus 3 first to give me 3x plus 1 and then x squared plus 3x. And now I'm going to FOIL to get 3x cubed plus 9x squared plus x squared plus 3x. And I gotta put those together, so I end up with 3x cubed plus 10x squared plus 3x. And that's it. Alright, so I'm going to put my h is right there. That's my h. That's my r. So I'm going to write this as pi times r x minus 4 squared times my h, which is 2x plus 3. I know the shortcut for that, so I'm going to be writing that. So I'm going to have volume equals pi. And I'm going to write x squared minus 8x plus 16 times 2x plus 3. The 2x is going to go to everything. And that pi is just hanging out. It's going to distribute at the end. So the 2x is going to become 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus, messed up, it should be minus 16x plus 32, or x squared plus 32x. Now the 3 is going to go to everything to become 3x squared minus 24x plus 48. So I should have volume equals pi and then 2x cubed minus 13x squared minus 8x plus 48. And now pi goes to everything, so my best answer is going to be 2 pi, let me rewrite that. 2 pi x cubed minus 13 pi x squared minus 8 pi x plus 48 pi. That's it. There's my side in 50, so I'm going to write volume equals x minus 5 cubed. So I'm going to say volume equals x cubed minus 3 x squared times 5 plus 3x times 5 squared minus 5 cubed. So I end up with x cubed minus 15x squared. 5 squared is 25 times 3 is 75, so it's plus 75x minus 125. And I did a bonus one. I didn't need to do 49. Alright, 52 says basically you're proving this, so you're just going to actually just FOIL it out. You're going to end up with a squared minus ab plus ab. You can write it as ba or ab, it doesn't matter. Minus b squared, those cancel. Turns into that. That's the proof. Alright, so 54, we're going to write it out 3 times. I'm basically trying to see if it's true. I already know it's true, but I'm just making it happen. So that is going to turn to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And then I'm going to distribute the a plus b to it, where I'm going to get a cubed plus 2a squared b plus ab squared. Now the b is going to go to everything. So I'm going to get ba squared, or a squared b, plus 2ab squared plus b cubed. And I combine my like terms, and it turns into that. That's really all you do for 54. Alright, 29 says, A, if I have this x to the 4th minus 7x plus 14, and I add to this, I'm going to end with x to the 4th plus x squared minus 7x plus 9, which is a degree of 4. Now, what if I subtracted it? Well, if I subtracted it, I'm going to have x to the 4th minus x squared minus 7x plus 19. Still a degree of 4. C says, what if you multiplied it? If you multiplied it, it's going to be much different. You're going to get x to the 6th. And you're going to find out it's going to turn into all this stuff. And that degree is 6. So basically D says the highest degree when you add will always stay. And when you multiply, it will be add the exponents. Yeah, so stays when you add and subtract, changes when you multiply.